conclusion of this year's mentorship program for Black staff. Today is a celebration of your accomplishments, growth, and the meaningful relationships that you've established throughout this journey. Welcome to our special guests, SMT from both divisions, who are champions of the Confronting Anti-Black Racism and sponsors of this important program. I invite you to engage with us through this discussion, show your excitement using the emoticons, and add your shout outs and comments and questions in the chat, just like you did with that wonderful, wonderful opener by the legendary Whitney Houston. So thanks for doing that. Let's keep the emojis coming. And thank you to our mentors for dedicating your time and expertise to supporting the growth of our Black staff, and to our mentees for your active participation and commitment to learning. Your collective efforts have made this mentorship program a resounding success and fostered a collaborative learning environment. Let me begin by going over the agenda for today's program. We will kick off our ceremony with the land acknowledgement. And following that, our KBER sponsor and General Manager Gord Tanner will provide his opening remarks. And then we'll watch a brief video presentation showcasing key moments and milestones from this year's program. Our TESS KBER sponsor, Jennifer Pitt, will then talk about how the program has evolved over the years, including the changes we made this year. We'll then take a moment to reflect on the African ancestral acknowledgement, and in the next segment, we will be sharing several success stories showcasing the positive outcomes of this program and the incredible impact it has had on our participants. So stay tuned for that. And then we will, of course, have TESS GM James Lapierre, who will provide his closing remarks, emphasizing the success of our cross-divisional partnership. And finally, time permitting, we will engage in some Slido questions to hear your thoughts and experiences before we conclude this year's closing ceremony. So I will turn the floor to Delaney, who will now say the land acknowledgement.
Thank you so much, Karima. Good morning, everyone. We acknowledge the land we're meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. So for my reflection today, I will read a quote from Richard Wagamese, who was a celebrated Ojibwe author, a poet, and a journalist, and most importantly, regarded as one of Canada's most important Indigenous storytellers. Quote, "All that we are is story. From the moment we are born to the time that we continue on our spirit journey, we are involved in the creation of the story of our time here. It is what we arrive at. It is what we leave behind. We are not the things we accumulate. We are not the things we deem important. We are story. All of us. What comes to matter then is the creation of the best possible story we can while we are here. You, me, us together. When we can do that and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other and we recognize our kinship. We change the world one story at a time." End of the quote. I feel that this quote is ideal for today as the mentorship program for Black staff is at its closing ceremony, because it is all about creating those stories of growth, connection, and empowerment. You'll hear many of those success stories later on in our program today. Through shared experiences, mentorship, and allyship, we built a narrative of support and opportunity that extends far beyond this moment. When we take the time to share those stories, as Wagamese reminds us, we not only grow as individuals, but we also create ripples of change in the world around us. So thank you everyone for being part of this journey and contributing to this ongoing story of equity, excellence, and empowerment in both TS3 and TESS divisions. Thank you, and I'll pass it on to Karima.
Thank you, Delaney. That was beautiful. And now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome Gord Tanner, Confronting Anti-Black Racism sponsor for TSSS, to deliver opening remarks for today's closing ceremony of the Mentorship Program for Black staff. Gord has been a steadfast advocate for equity, diversity, and inclusion across our division, and his leadership continues to inspire meaningful change. We are truly fortunate to have his support and guidance in celebrating the impact of this important initiative. Gord, over to you.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Karima, and thank you, Delaney, for leading us and getting us started in a good way with the land acknowledgement this morning. So good morning, everyone. It's really an honor to be here as we celebrate the successful conclusion of this year's mentorship program for Black staff, and specifically another great year of partnership with our colleagues in Toronto Employment and Social Services. I want to thank all the participants, our mentees and mentors who committed their time, energy, and expertise to this program. Your dedication is really what makes initiatives like this successful and possible for all. And I want to express my gratitude to the program leads in both their divisions for their leadership. The work you've done to make the mentorship program a success is deeply appreciated. So, this program really is directly aligned with recommendation number 12 in the Toronto Action Plan to confront anti-Black racism. And that emphasizes the importance of mentorship programs as pathways to employment and promotion for Black Torontonians. As the division's CAPER sponsor, I'm particularly proud of how this work reflects our commitment to the CAPER Action Plan, which outlines the necessary actions to create equitable and fair opportunities for Black employees across the city. And by embedding these principles in our work, we're taking tangible steps towards addressing systemic change. So today we've got a real privilege and looking forward to hearing some of the stories from those who participated in this program. The program is also a key part of our work here at TS3, part of our divisional work plan, which prioritizes building staff resilience through meaningful organizational development initiatives. And I really want to give a call out and shout out to Tamika Givens, who received the City Manager's Award for this program this year, and to all the work that Tamika, you, the team, and our CAPER team, Karima, have done in promoting the mentorship program. It's really been outstanding. So as we celebrate the conclusion of this year's program, let's also look forward to the future. My commitment as the TS3 CAPER sponsor is to continue to champion initiatives that promote equity and diversity. And together we can truly build a workplace that represents all those who work here at the City of Toronto. So congratulations to everyone who participated. I'll do another shout out to Simone, who I think is on the call. My mentee this year. Was great working with you and getting to know you. And everyone's efforts here and achievements are a source of pride and inspiration for us all. So let's continue the important work together and look forward to the rest of the program. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Gord. And now I will pass it back to Delaney.
It from the beginning and will continue to love it. It's such a great program from the beginning.
And I'm very pleased to be part of today and part of this work going forward. As you know, mentorship provides an invaluable opportunity for both the mentors and mentees to grow, learn, and develop their skills. I certainly have, in my time as a mentee, probably gotten support. And
thank you to TSSS for allowing us to participate and sharing in that. And it's really been an important developmental opportunity for Black staff in both the divisions.
So I know I've had a lot of coffee today, but I think that's going much faster than my day is going. So I'm not sure, maybe we can stop it. And I don't know if there's a slowdown track we can do.
How I can be part of this.
think
Or
it's
we
just
might all
sped
be
up,
done in
Gord.
10
I think
minutes. I'm not sure.
I think you might need more coffee, Gord.
What you see or want for yourself, then ask them how they got there. What were their trials?
On my end, it's glitching as well.
Perceive. And when I say your brand, you are your brand. You as a person, you are your brand. So how do you want your brand to be perceived? So wrap things up a little bit. We talked about understanding your brand, and you're going to do the 360 review or Johari window. We talked about identifying your brand, finding that unique value proposition and your personal brand. And 3, we talked about setting goals for your brand using SMART goals. Make sure they're specific and measurable and attainable and all of that. Then we talked about updating your resume. We talked about amplifying your brand and monitoring your brand.
Mentorship that taught you who to trust literally with your life, the meaning of true allyship, and that there was a possibility of seeing beyond power dynamics.
Advice would you give someone struggling with imposter syndrome?
Nobody goes without it. Don't fight it, but
forget that. Those feelings is when I really self-talk and just say to myself, yeah, I'm here for a reason, and I'm off. Don't be logging in or trying to do something on the side. It's the time away.
I have confidence in my knowledge base, so I don't just speak out of turn.
Show off. So show up in places to do stuff and show off your skills and your abilities, your knowledge, all of that stuff when you come into different.
Advice would you give?
That you are Black excellence. However, throughout my career, I've experienced moments where I wasn't treated fairly or taken seriously and even bullied because of the color of my skin. And I know that this is a reality that many of us here as Black professionals do face. But throughout that, I've learned to navigate through those challenges by staying focused, finding gaps in programs and taking the initiative to fill them.
What's been really key has been building lateral relationships. I think most of my success and learning has come from working closely with my peers. Often those peers are the people who understand the kind of challenges you may face or what to anticipate the most.
I had the opportunity to actually meet one of our senior leaders, Anna Kane, was through this program, right? I participated in organized one-on-one mentorship with management staff and senior leaders at TESS. Jennifer Pitts, she had a series of road shows that she did in all the districts, doing professional development sessions in each district. So these are opportunities that you want to really hone into.
Time after this panel discussion and all the different diverse experiences that we have, to really take the time to search within yourself what your personal mission statement is and hold on to that to allow you to navigate through your non-union and transitioning into union roles.
Authenticity and genuineness. I am not one that is going to the rat race and stabbing Pam on the back or doing that, pulling Adjoa down. It is my success is my success. I work with them to be the best that they can be.
So your resume is your opportunity to showcase your background, your skills, your accomplishments. So a resume is a snapshot of you. The written assessment, you've done the interview, a few weeks passed and you haven't heard back, or you've gotten the response back, whether you've passed or you failed. If you were not a successful candidate, you would, I would recommend you ask for feedback. There's always room for improvement. And the reality.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that wonderful video. I think we can all sense the spirit of the video that really kind of pulls from all of the experiences and all of the connections made. So thank you for sharing that video. And right now, I have the honor of introducing Jennifer Pitt, who is the director at TESS, and who is also the CABR sponsor and the sponsor of this mentorship program for Black staff. Since the partnership between the two divisions, Jennifer has been actively involved in this program, both as a mentor and behind the scenes. She is a passionate advocate for the development of Black staff and her commitment to fostering growth, leadership, and mentorship within this community, and her contributions have been invaluable. So please join me in welcoming Jennifer as she shares her remarks. Over to you, Jennifer.
Great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Gord, it wasn't just you. I think that was pretty quick. I only had one cup of coffee today, but I did follow along. A great video and just a snapshot of some of the amazing progress of this initiative. And I think, Gord, we refer to you guys as TSSS. James, I think we're going to need to be a little bit more disciplined. TS3, and make sure that we refer to our partners properly. So anyway, yeah, nice to see everybody today. And again, yes, for those of you who I've not had the pleasure of meeting, particularly in TS3, my name is Jennifer Pitt, and I'm the very proud director sponsor of both the CABR initiative in our division, and the TESS Black Staff Network. Actually, I was just reflecting yesterday, we had one of our BSN leadership series events at one of our offices with Black staff, a part of the BSN, and we talked about the importance and the significance of mentorship. And was so pleased to be able to refer to this program and the impact that it has made. And certainly as a Black staff who has been in this organization for over 30 years, I often reflect on what my experience would have been like decades ago had these types of programs been available for me. But so happy to see how the organization has evolved and how the work that has been done in this area and the opportunities that at long last have been made available. And this is one shining example of the commitment that the organizations have made to truly confronting anti-Black racism. So I want to say a big thank you to the organizers of both divisions. All that stage management that goes on behind the scenes, nobody really truly appreciates how much work that is. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you and really recognize this fantastic partnership the last 2 years between our two divisions and really celebrate the program and how it has evolved over the past couple of years, and really here to share some of the positive changes that have happened as a result of consultation from previous members and many people who are on this call today. And of course, 3 years ago, TS3 launched this program, and I understand at the time there were over 160 participants, which is fantastic. And we hitched our wagon to this great initiative in 2023, and it grew, of course, with a total, I understand, of about 257 participants. And after the surveys were done, the feedback was a resounding success, and the participants gave their feedback because they were committed to making this program even better, and those changes have been implemented in the 2024 program. But as we all know, we can't just get bigger, we have to get better. And so a lot of what came out of that surveys and the feedback and hearing from the participants directly has helped inform the program this year. And so while smaller, a little bit more streamlined, it was more personalized. And so there were less participants, but I think that this allowed for a more personalized session between the mentors and the mentees. And the ability for people to participate in all that was offered. So there were more curated and catered events, professional development webinars, the speed, mentoring, and networking that really allowed the participants to gain insights and tap into the expertise of different mentors who I see on the screen here today. That leadership panel, which was so important for the Black staff to have access to leaders from across both divisions and to be able to ask questions and get feedback and learn from people who have gone through that journey so that they can avoid some of the pitfalls and have some of the doors open for them. And it's important, again, in these mentorship relationships to not just have a mentor and participate in this program, but for the mentees to feel that they also have a champion, somebody that can speak to them and about them when they are not in the room. And a lot of that is about the responsibility of leaders in this organization as we champion these programs. They also heard about understanding the job process, which, as we know, with all due respect to our P&E colleagues, it's a mystery. And so being able to provide more information to Black staff about how to navigate the job call process is such an important piece of people being able to move their careers forward. And so the overall impact, I think, of the changes that were made was a little bit more small, but more meaningful, and really increased opportunities to individualize the attention. And as a result of all of the fantastic work that's been done, as Gord mentioned, the award, the City Managers Award this year for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. And that is a huge, huge achievement, that it's being recognized for the success that it is, and the progress that has been made, and the highlight that it has provided. And I think it just speaks volumes to the work, that it's been validated, and that putting a program like this in place really makes a difference for the participants. So I just want to say in conclusion that I'm so pleased and proud of how this program has evolved. And again, a big thank you to all the program coordinators. It has really been a place where Black staff can come, bring their full self to work, and know that there are supports and allies there to help. And I really do want to say a big shout out to all the allies on the call today. This is heavy lifting for Black staff. And having allies in the organization that can help support is so, so important. And seeing you here today really, really warms my heart. So this program continues to raise the awareness about equity and the unique challenges that Black staff have. And of course, so important to support our commitment to confronting anti-Black racism across the organization. So we're committed to continuing to grow this program, and I really look forward to supporting the organizers and to see where this program can grow and go, because I know that this is just the beginning. So thank you so much, and really looking forward to hearing from the participants a little later on this morning.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. And now I will give the floor over to Patience McCabe, who will do our African Ancestral Acknowledgement.
Thank you so much. African Ancestral Acknowledgement. The City of Toronto acknowledges all treaty people, including those who came here as settlers, as migrants in this generation or in the generations past, and those of us who came here involuntarily, particularly those brought to these lands as a result of the transatlantic slave trade and slavery. We pay tribute to those ancestors of African origin and descent. Can we take a moment of silence? Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the work that has been done in both city divisions, but also what's important is that the collaboration is a result of all the staff that have been here before us. For those that have done that, it's a great honor. They paved the way for us, and I acknowledge what they've done, and I want to say thank you to them in the past and also say thank you to you. Thank you so much. That is all.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Patience. And so right now, I will introduce Darren Vermeech, this year's TS3 sponsor of the Mentorship Program for Black staff. As a dedicated ally and mentor, Darren has been a champion for creating opportunities and fostering growth within our division. We're excited to hear his reflections on this year's program, especially his experience as a mentor and the impact of mentorship in driving equity and empowerment for Black staff. Over to you, Darren.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that introduction. And I guess I'm in a bit of a unique situation because I want to shout out to my Tess family who I grew up with respect to the city, similar to Jennifer. I've been with the city for over 30 years, and I started with Tess, and the bulk of my career was there. But I also have my new family now in TSS cubed. However you want to call us, we'll take it from that perspective. So want to just to do a shout out to everybody and just say it's nice to see everybody together and to see the collaboration that's been happening between the divisions. Both divisions are near and dear to my heart, obviously, in the work that we do. So I'm very pleased to do that, and to do that in a way and on something so important as mentoring, and important with respect to supporting our Black staff. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity to to work and collaborate with my old division and work with my new division. And I think from my perspective and reflections, I wanted to say I've certainly been involved for a while now in mentorship programs. I've been a mentee. I've also been a mentor and for a number of years. This particular program is special and it is different, and it is one that I have learned so much from. The ability to build relationships, and in that relationships to hear about the challenges, the experiences, particularly from Black staff who have confided in me and have worked with me to have a better understanding of some of the challenges and some of the trepidations and some of the concerns. And from learning from that, for me to turn that back into my work, to turn that back into my personal growth, has been invaluable and something that I have been very fortunate to have that experience and continue to have that experience and continue to grow both personally and professionally. So that's probably my reflection with respect to my experiences in working with this program, has been how I have continued to develop and to grow, both as a person in my job, and how I've been able to take some of those learnings back in a small way and start to try to apply some of that back into my work on a day-to-day basis to try to expand the impact of what I'm learning beyond just that one-on-one experience. And I think that is critical for me personally, and I think for this program. So I don't want to understate the fact that this program, as much as the relationships and the one-on-ones has had an impact and has an impact and it's critical, we have to take from this and build out and build into our organizations what we are learning and what we are developing through this work. So thank you very much, and I'll turn the floor back to, I'm not sure who, but I'll turn it back. Thank you.
I'll take the floor. Thank you, Darren. And I will pass it on to Delaney and Sharman.
Thank you, Karima. Okay, so we are here for our most exciting segment of the day, the success stories segment, where you will hear from many of the success stories from this year's mentorship program. So for those who haven't had a chance to share their experience with us yet, we encourage you to recognize your mentor or mentee via a shout out in the chat. You can, simply do a high five or cheers to celebrate the mentorship and the growth that you've established over the last few months. Okay, so as I mentioned, the segment is all about hearing about your direct experiences directly from our mentees as they share their personal journeys, memorable moments, and the impact that this program has had on their professional growth. The stories will truly reflect the power of mentorship and the remarkable achievements, achievements that has been made possible through this program. So let's take a moment to celebrate their success and be inspired by their stories. Some of our mentees will be speaking live to share their stories. However, some of our mentees are not able to join us today, but they've sent us written testimonials, and we will be reading it on their behalf. Okay, so without further ado, we'll hear from our TS3 participants first. First, we have Kadion Stewart. Kadion, the floor is yours.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Kedion Stewart. I am currently a caseworker in the Central Intake Division. So we are the ones who do the referral to the emergency shelters. I don't know if any of the Toronto shelter team has called us before, but I am on the other line. I also in the past was a street outreach counselor, and I worked in the children's services as a caseworker as well. Before that, I was in Parks and Recreation. So that is kind of my complete history with the City of Toronto. So I just really wanted to share my story. This isn't my first time in a mentorship program, but it's been my first time in a long time. The last time I was in the mentorship program, I was young, single, in university, had all the time in the world. But fast forward 11 years, I joined this mentorship program, as a wife, a mother, and somebody trying to figure out her next steps in her career. So before becoming a mentee with the divisional mentorship program for Black staff, I really felt kind of stuck in where I wanted to go next, um, and what type of job opportunities I wanted to pursue. I again recently returned to employment just March of this year from a year off. I was on maternity leave after I had my son, so I have two kids. And I felt a lot of doubt and fear and anxiety over the next steps. Like, and I was applying everywhere, but I didn't really have a clear direction on what I wanted to do next. And after connecting with my mentor, Kate Richardson, hi, Kate, I see you. She supported me in pursuing opportunities and helped me connect with different staff in the Toronto Shelter and Support Services Division. Through my 6 months working with her, I've been able to connect with program staff at the Toronto Plaza, where I'm actually going for a site visit next week, and to see what they do with programming. I've been able to understand, which is probably one of my biggest things I learned, is my passions and abilities. I was able to understand who I was more as a person, and Kate was really able to walk me through why that was important and when looking for a job. So my passions and abilities, finding resources to help me with my resume and cover letter, and just how to tailor my resume and cover letter when applying for jobs, and how to use the job descriptions when doing the assessments. So through Kate's support, I've learned that I would like to pursue a career that is frontline, working with people in the program and community development. So I hope soon that many of you guys will see my goals come to fruition. I want to thank Kate Richardson so much. Thank you so much for your support. I want to thank the mentors and the staff and all the mentees who helped the divisional mentorship for Black staff run smoothly. This mentorship helped me figure out what more I needed to do and what steps to take next. And I hope one day, it's a goal of mine, one day I will be a mentor for this program. That is a goal I have. But again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kadion, for sharing that beautiful and inspiring story of yours. I'm just going to turn the floor to Kate Richardson to share a few words about her mentee now.
Thank you. First, I want to start by just recognizing Katie and how amazing she is. Her passion for our clients and her passion for the work, I'd have to say, gave me such an inspiring experience as a mentor, because it also helped me understand her experiences on the front line, which is critical to me doing my work. So I learned from her just as much as she learned from our conversations together. I also want to recognize and commend the commitment and engagement and how she is really taking ownership of her own learning and her career. Her thoughtfulness, her ability to seek out resources and apply the discussions we've been having together. My only sadness in this experience is that it was 6 months, like it went by so quickly. So I'm really hoping that we can continue to connect and have conversations, and we can continue this relationship at whatever time or whatever pathway. But I just have to recognize her full-on commitment to the mentorship program and where she wants to set her goals and achievement of those goals, because I think you achieved every single one. So congratulations, Katie, and I'm really excited to see the path you're on now and where it's going to take you in your career. And thank you for this experience and connecting the two of us, because I'm sure we're going to have a career-long connection.
Thank you so much, Kate. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next story from Stacy Ann Brown. Stacy, over to you.
Thanks, Delaney. Good morning, everyone. My name is Stacey Ann Brown, and I'm currently a coordinator of programs in the Toronto Shelter and Support Services Division, TS3 for short. The Divisional Mentorship Program provided the opportunity to work with a mentor in a relevant role who has tremendous leadership experience and capacity in the development areas I denoted in my profile in Mentor City, as well as set as personal goals for myself. The opportunity to tap into that wealth of knowledge and experience in working through how I approach and navigate work-related challenges, inclusive of operational challenges and team dynamic challenges, has resulted in a researched level of confidence and motivation that, to be honest, dwindled this past year. Unfortunately, there isn't enough time in this meeting space to share how impactful this experience has been for me, so I'll share a few ways. In Jeff Gillard, I found an inspiring mentor. We built a mentee-mentor relationship based on trust and openness through the safe space that framed our meetings. He brought incredible insight, balanced perspectives, and his questions and support led me to reassess myself as a leader, both present state and what type of leader I would like to develop into. He provided examples of lessons learned from his early stage as a leader that has helped him grow into the leader he is today, which in turn were learnings that I connected with and felt I could adapt. What struck me over the course of this mentorship experience was the sincerity and openness of our dialogue. We covered additional topics such as understanding job postings and the city's recruitment process overall. He gave helpful recommendations on tools that I can develop to help prepare myself in progressing through the recruitment process. And I think I can confidently say that as a result of being mentored by Jeff, I have developed really great resume building skills, improved written communication skills that I'm looking forward to imparting to others. And as a matter of fact, as it relates to any written reports that I'm presently working on, I can hear Jeff's voice always saying to me, "Stacey, this is too long. You need to condense." One of the most impactful seeds that Jeff sowed in me during this opportunity is that I need to invest in myself, which were the exact trigger words that I needed to hear at this point in my professional and personal life. This motivated me to actively seek out progressive roles through applying for higher job positions that I was hesitant to apply to before. Consequently, when I saw these opportunities come up again, I did not hesitate for one moment. My mentor has encouraged me to not let any opportunities pass by me, and I dare not disappoint. Additionally, through the mentorship experience, I have been encouraged to complete an honest assessment of my own personal wellness, and inspired discussions have been held on how to have a good work-life balance. I am delighted to be an alumni of the Divisional Mentorship Program and hope to play an active role in the next cycle as a mentor. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Stacey Ann. Over to Jeff to share a few remarks.
Hi, everybody. That was so nice. So Stacey Ann is going places, so look for her, folks. She's coming to you. She's got no ceiling in this organization. I appreciated right from our first contact through the Mentor City system that Stacey articulated from the start why she wanted to work with me, what her goals were, how that matched up with my background. And I knew right away that we had a strategic thinker, and it was going to be a real pleasure to work with her, and it was. She came to, she had goals for the mentorship overall, but she also came to every meeting with goals and specific things she either wanted to discuss or review or advance, and that made working with her not only much easier, but also I was able to bring all the value that I could muster to those conversations because I could be prepared, and they were always really productive. And then Stacey did the work between our meetings, and sometimes we'd be in touch between meetings by email, sometimes not, but she did the work to advance the goals that we were talking about, and I saw real tangible change and as she said, motivation through our experience together. So it was super rewarding for me. We'll stay in touch. We already have talked about how we'll do that, and yeah, she's going places. So so happy to have worked with Stacey. Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Okay, I'm going to move to my last mentee, Catherine Adidokun. Catherine, over to you to share your story quickly.
Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I can't have my camera on. Okay, I'm a client service worker and this is my first time joining the mentorship. My mentor name is Susan, and I can tell you ever since I've only met her, had 3 meetings with her. And ever since I had that 3 meetings with her, she has been so wonderful with me. One thing I know about her is that she shared so much resources with me, things that I didn't really know about that I can actually achieve from working with the city as a client service worker. I also had a meeting that I was supposed to go meet with my supervisor. My manager, she emailed about 3 of us because she just got the position as a manager, and then she emailed us that she wanted to have a meeting with us. I was kind of really nervous. I was thinking about what I'm going to say because it's my first time meeting with her, having a meeting. And I shared it with Suzanne, and then she actually prepared me for this meeting, and then she told me exactly what I needed to do, and that I should also take down notes and everything. I tell you, even though we had the shift leaders there, we had counselors there that was in that meeting with us, but I was the only one that was actually speaking the most. Reason why is because I got prepared for this meeting. Reason why is because I got all the resources that I need, all the help that I needed to get before I went for this meeting. I tell you, before I went for this meeting, I was really scared. I told her everything. I was like, I don't know why my manager decided to pick me among five of us that are working here. Like, we're more than like 20 staff working in this shelter, but I don't know why she chose me. She just encouraged me, and then she told me, Catherine, you can do this. And I'm so happy that I had that she's my mentor. I'm so happy that I got all these guidance from her, that she was able to support me and encourage me. And she told me, Catherine, you can do it. When I came back from that meeting, I think that same day she had a meeting, she scheduled a meeting with me, and she just wanted to know how everything went. And I told her how everything was so successful, and I really thank God for it. And I thank God that she was there to mentor me. And she's someone that she encouraged me. She told me, Catherine, anytime you want to have a meeting with me, even though we're not scheduled, just send me an email, and I'm always available at any time. I'm so glad that she's someone that is so approachable. I'm glad that she's someone that I can really confide in, and in the future, I can always still relate with her if I have any issues. I'm so happy that I was able to connect with this. It's my first time, like I said, with this Black Mentorship Program, and I've always encouraged my colleagues that this is an amazing program, that anytime it comes up, they should try their best to make sure like they get someone to mentor them, because it's something that will always help you to grow even further, to move further if you're trying to get into any other position or you're looking into something else. And I'm so happy that she's so flexible with her time, with our meetings. And she told me, Catherine, listen, my schedule is open anytime for you. I'm not happy that today she's not here online because she's on vacation, but I just want to say that I appreciate her so much for her guidance, for her mentorship, for her constant support and her guidance. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so I have a few written testimonials from some of our colleagues who are not able to be here today. I will try to read it quickly. So for our first testimonials from Adiola Ledger, who is a shift leader in the Women's Residence Portfolio in the TS3 division. The Black Mentorship Program was transformative for me and left a lasting positive impact on my skill set and networking opportunities. The lessons I have learned from my mentor have also enriched my personal growth, and the few times I met with my mentor were very useful conversations and has helped me develop my vision for my career. My mentor provided insights that greatly enhanced my understanding and approach on how to tailor my skills and experience towards selling myself to the hiring manager. This experience not only helped me develop, but also instilled a sense of confidence and direction in my career path. I greatly appreciate the time and effort that Lara have invested in me, especially considering her busy schedule, her willingness to share her expertise and provide honest feedback, and this has been instrumental in my development. All these hard but necessary lessons I have learned from Lara extend beyond the professional realm They've also enriched my personal growth these past days. I express my deepest gratitude for the invaluable guidance and support that Lara has provided me throughout the Black Mentorship Program. I can say that Lara has been an excellent mentor. Thank you, Adiola. Unfortunately, his mentor is also not here today. The next testimonial is from Ayodele Iluk Baju, who was mentored with Dan Samuels. So Ayodele is a supervisor of programs in the Refugee Response Unit in the TS3 division. I participated as the mentee in the 2024 Black Staff Mentorship Program, which has been a truly transformative program. My mentor's guidance and support have been instrumental in helping me grow both personally and professionally. Together, we have reviewed and updated my resume, ensuring it effectively highlighted my skills and accomplishments. My mentor also encouraged me to request informational interviews with hiring managers for roles I was interested in, a step that proved invaluable for gaining insights and building professional connections. Throughout our discussions, my mentor emphasized the importance of continuous learning and self-improvement. My mentor encouraged me to complete courses in emotional intelligence, gender and equity, and leadership, which have significantly enhanced my ability to navigate workplace dynamics, promote inclusivity, and lead effectively. Additionally, they advised me to explore job shadowing opportunities by speaking with my manager, allowing me to gain firsthand experience and better understand the responsibilities of leadership roles. I'm deeply grateful to my mentor for their encouragement, patience, and belief in my potential. And their guidance has been a cornerstone of my professional growth, and this program has made a lasting impact on my journey. I look forward to continuing my mentorship relationship as I further develop in my role. Okay, thank you, Ayodele. And I move on to Cindy's testimonial, Cindy Leach. The mentorship program has had a profound impact on both my personal and professional growth. As a mentee, I gained invaluable insights from my mentor's experience, learning not just industry-specific skills, but also strategies for overcoming challenges and building resilience. The one-on-one guidance helped me set clear goals, stay focused, and develop confidence in my abilities. Thanks to the program, I've gained a deeper understanding of my career path and have been able to take actionable steps towards my goals. Okay, moving on to the next testimonial from Tammy. I'm incredibly grateful for my experience in the Black Mentorship Program for career development. And Vanita, as my mentor, has been instrumental in helping me define my career goals, navigate complex situations, and build a strategic plan for growth. Whether it was defining my resume, preparing for interviews, or having candid discussions about leadership, I always felt heard and supported. Vanita's wisdom, expertise, and encouragement have empowered me to push beyond my limits and approach my career with more confidence and clarity. Being a part of this mentorship program has been a transformative experience. And thank you to the Black Mentorship Program for connecting me with such an incredible mentor and for fostering an environment of mutual learning and empowerment. Moving to the final testimonial from Tanisha LeBlanc. I have to say my experience with this program has been incredibly positive. From the start, I felt supported and encouraged, and it gave me the opportunity to learn and grow in ways I hadn't anticipated. The only regret is that the program wasn't a bit longer. Unfortunately, due to conflicting work schedules, my mentor and I weren't able to meet as often as we would have liked, which was a bit of a challenge. However, despite that, I still got so much out of the time that we did have together. I have to emphasize just how amazing my mentor is. One of the most rewarding aspects of this program was being able to pick my mentor's brain on certain topics, where she shared insights and advice that were not only practical, but also inspiring. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. It has truly made a difference, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Okay, so we just have a lot more stories to share, so I'm going to pass it on to Charmaine to share some inspiring stories from the test division now.
Hi, everyone. So just being mindful of time, I will ask James Lapierre to speak, and then we'll continue with our amazing testimonials from our test mentees. So today we're very excited to have James Lapierre, the Interim General Manager at TEST, join us. James is a strong advocate for equity and diversity. His leadership has been instrumental in creating a more inclusive and supporting environment within TEST. His unwavering commitment to fostering an inclusive environment and empowering Black Black staff members makes him an invaluable ally in our efforts towards growth and development. Please join me in welcoming James as he shares his insights.
Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. As was stated, for those that don't know me and I haven't had the pleasure to meet yet, my name is James Lapierre, and I'm the interim general manager for Toronto Employment and Social Services. And like my colleagues Jennifer and Darren, also grew up at TESS, spending over 20 years working through different ranks of the organization, starting as a caseworker back in 2002. And have had the privilege myself of working in various mentorship capacities over the years. Unfortunately, not directly in this program, as just over a year ago, I went to the city manager's office in a different position, and so wasn't privileged to have the opportunity to work on this program. But hearing all of the testimonials and reviewing the information about the program over the course of the 5 months that I've been in this role, and witnessing the impact both through the City Manager's Award and some of the lessons learned that are being applied in our divisions moving forward from the sharing that has happened. It's very, very inspiring to see this move forward. In terms of my personal kind of commitment to this work, I just wanted to share a little bit of a story. It's not really mentoring, but Darren and I also had the privilege of working on a supervisory job call a number of years ago, where we set very specific objectives around ensuring that our Black staff were prioritized in the hiring process, to ensure that there was leadership representation of our Black staff throughout the higher ranks of our organization at the time, because it was obviously a very important piece, but a challenging situation. And as Jennifer mentioned, certainly through recruitment processes and the like, these are sometimes unknown areas that we need to shed light on, and we need to provide supportive environments to enable. And so why I share that is because what I've been hearing in what's been shared today is really about the value of this program as it relates to what the mentor-mentee relationship is all about. It's about that relational aspect. It's about providing the foundation for transparent, authentic conversations to happen, where the sharing of the challenges and the realities of the lived and living experience of our colleagues can be brought to light, so we can collectively work on what those challenges mean in things like recruitment and promotion, within things like policy, and how we apply that to both the internal workings of our organizations, but also how we impact on our clients outside as we work towards helping them live their best lives as well, both individually as organizations, but collectively as we have many common clients, as we all know. So it's so important in terms of the impact that this program brings, both for ourselves as leaders in the organization, and also the impacts that go far beyond what the task at hand might look like on the surface. And with that, I would also just want to acknowledge that we're all leaders in this. So whether you're a mentor or a mentee, you are actually leading in participating in this program. We heard from the testimonials today. We've heard every single mentor say, I learned something from my mentee. And for the years that I've been a mentor as well, there's so much rich learning that is taken away from those relationships that otherwise we would not have the opportunity to experience and to bring into our own personal and professional ways that we're able to work and to enrich our own learnings and lives as well. So I'm very inspired, very excited about this program, and most importantly, what the next generation of Black leaders will be bringing to not only TSSS, TS cubed, as Darren said, or TESS, but also the City of Toronto and the Toronto Public Service. We're seeing a momentous movement of staff across different divisions and into different leadership roles across the corporation writ large. And it's so exciting for us as divisional partners across our two divisions to be laying the foundation for Black leaders to move outside of our two divisions and impact more broadly on the city and the Toronto Public Service. And I just want to thank everyone for your involvement in being leaders in this program to enable that work to happen. Again, both internally and then as we work further more broadly across the corporation as well. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your experiences today and for continuing to strengthen this program. We have so much more work to do in our confronting anti-Black racism work, in our EDI work, and so forth. And this is one flagship program that is going to help us move the yardstick and increase experiences for our Black staff to embolden future leaders across the organization and beyond. So thank you so much, and I'll turn it back to our MCs.
Thank you, James. Thank you. We really appreciate all of SMT taking time to attend our event today. I know it means a lot to all of us, including our mentors and mentees. We will be going a little bit over 12, so I hope that everyone can still continue to join us because we have yet to hear from our amazing test mentees. I'll start off with Ibishola Kiyemi, whose mentor is Michelle D'Souza. Ibishola, I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Ibishola. I'm one of the essays in Atwell Employment and Social Services. I joined this program with so many expectations and so many questions in my mind. Like, okay, I'm an essay. I want to develop. I want to advance my career. Who should I talk to? What skills do I need? Which unit should I join? But thank God for my my mentor. She called me friend. She's my friend too. So, and I met her. So she said, okay, I know you have background on social sciences and so, but what actually do you want to do? What made you to what really give you the impression that you can do them? So I told her my story. She said, okay, we are going to start with this. We're going to be meeting every 2 weeks bi-weekly, and she's so superb. She has been so consistent, right? So the first meeting was that, okay, you're going to go through all the units, look at what they do, see your skills, which one will match your skills. So I went through it wasn't easy, but I had to do it, right? So I went through all the units. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So this is what this means. Oh, this is an organizational behavior skills. I have it, so I can do this. This is interpersonal relationship skills. I can have it. I can do it. So after the following week, the following meeting, we met. So she said, okay, this is good. So you have this, you have this, you have this. Okay, this is the meaning. She broke everything down for me that I was like, okay, so if I do this, this is what I have. So after that, she said, okay, the next step is I'm going to make you go for job shadow. I was like, oh, job shadowing? Okay, good. So she made it possible. So I went to EDI department. I met the EDI members. I saw what they do. I was like, oh, so EDI is so deep like this. And despite that, they're so consistent. They did it with passion, right? That passion was there, and the time management. I was like, oh, so this is what you do, and you still have the time to come for the meeting, each meeting that we have, and you still have the time to put me through all the skills that I need to do, what I need to talk to. You know, I was like, oh, I was so amazed. And in fact, I even had the opportunity to join the meeting. They had a meeting with indigenous representative. The meeting was so superb. So I learned so many things there. I was like, okay, if I need to do this, this is what I need. In a nutshell, my mentor brought out my skills, the skills that I never knew I had. She brought them out, to be sincere. She took her time, she broke them down for me. Okay, you want to be a caseworker, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is the skill you need to develop. So now I can boldly say I have a very superb organizational skills that my mentor put me through, and she actually enhanced my knowledge. And I also have like interpersonal skills, right? So many skills that I never knew I had. She brought them out. she's good. She's helped me, and even the networking. When I went for the job shadowing, I met so many old colleagues like Rochelle. Rochelle was it was as if she was waiting for me. She was like, "Oh, you are so lucky. My manager is a mentor. Okay, good. This is what you're gonna do." You know, she went so far to help me out to train me like what we did, resume packaging. She said, okay, this is how you're going to do this is what City of Toronto wants in your resume. This is the skills you need. No, she did so many things. I met so many people there. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I participated in the program. The networking is still there. The skills are still there. I'm very, very, very grateful. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shannon, for the opportunity you gave to me to do land acknowledgement. That really gave me a sense of belonging. I'm so, so, so grateful. Thank you.
Honestly, Bishola, you always bring such a beautiful energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honestly, you're so great. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Marcia Anthony, who's also very amazing, and I've had a chance to connect with her as well. Marcia, I'll pass it along to you.
Hello, everyone. So I've been working with Tess for the last 16 years, primarily in the role as a caseworker, and 3 out of the 16 years I've worked as a family support worker with a family support unit. So what led me to joining the mentorship program? So this third stage in my career, I'm seeking out new opportunities, and I've had colleagues who went through the mentorship program who encouraged me, you should try it. So I'm like, you know what, this year I'll do it. So I read the bios of all the mentors, and I was really intentional in selecting who I wanted to connect with, who I felt would have been the best fit for me. So from the initial meeting with my mentor, Tamika, I felt a very positive connection. So my mentor and I, we identified 2 to 3 goals that we wanted to focus on, one of which was presentation, networking, and branding. So I expressed to her I had interest in the training and consultant role. So she's like, why don't you set up a meeting? So through her encouragement, I was able to set up a meeting with the manager from that unit to get some more information about that role. Since going through the program, I've gained more confident in presenting. I am more motivated to seek out other career opportunities and not to limit myself. Know that I have the skills and I can do anything I set myself to do. As a result of the relationship, I've increased self-awareness of my transferable skills, knowing that I don't have to limit to just applying the things within tests, but the sky's the limit and I can do whatever I set out to do. I've learned to seek out opportunities. Just don't wait for opportunities to present itself, but to seek out opportunity to make myself visible in spaces. I wish that the program was longer. Overall, it was a very positive experience for me, and I will encourage other staff not only to be mentees, but also mentors. And I would like to extend a big thank you to my mentor, Tamika, for her guidance, support, patience, and understanding. The knowledge that you imparted to me is invaluable and will serve to guide me as I navigate the next steps in my career. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. That was beautiful. I also can say that you did also jump on the opportunity to do the African land acknowledgement as well during these sessions. So thank you so much. Now I have Chantal McLean. Chantal, I'll pass it along to you.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, so my name is Chantal McLean, and I'm also a support assistant with TESS. And I always had envisioned a career becoming a caseworker as my next goal, and ultimately a supervisor within the next 5 years. Through this program, I had the opportunity to meet with Simone, and she has just been absolutely had a huge impact on my professional life and personal. Because when I first met Simone in 2021, it was when I started my career with the city, but it was also during the pandemic. And from the very beginning, her leadership inspired me. I actually shared this with her in our first meeting and she remembered me. I don't understand how, because she was a supervisor of over 100 staff and it was 10-hour shifts at the time. And yet she made each and every one of us feel valuable, felt seen and heard. And I have not experienced that in a leadership until until my career with the city. So when I saw the opportunity to connect with Simone, I 100% jumped on it. And under her mentorship, I was able to refine my resume. She spoke about what goals do I have. She gave me tips on how to reword my cover letter. And since then, I was able to have a successful interview as a caseworker and be placed on an eligibility list. Simone's influence and guidance extends far beyond just her professional development. She truly cared about my own personal growth. I definitely suffered with imposter syndrome. She allowed me to be in the rooms and give me opportunities for networking, even outside of the city of Toronto, such as Black women in tech, and also really emphasize the importance of me building relationships and staying consistent. With Simone's guidance, I just have this newfound confidence, and I see myself now applying for those senior positions that I used to get in my own mind about. And she just made a very safe, open space for me to talk about what is working and what isn't working. One day, I hope to be a mentor and mentoring someone such as myself with their career goals and where they would like to be. And that's all thanks to both Simone and the Divisional Mentorship Program. I can't thank you enough. I feel like I'm in debt and I can't wait to pay it forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And the great news is that Simone also mentors Shawnette Stewart, who will be speaking next. Shawnette, I'll pass it along to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd first like to start off by saying thank you for this amazing opportunity to participate in the Divisional Mentorship Program. My mentor, as you mentioned, Simone Richard, was amazing. She was very supportive, encouraging, and empowering. And the reason why I decided I would join this mentorship program is that I've been a caseworker for the last 18 years. So my focus has always been on being the best possible caseworker that I could be while raising my daughter. So, for me as a single parent, my focus has always been making sure my daughter had what she needed in order for her to strive and be the best possible child that she can be. And when she turned 18 and moved off and went on to university, I decided this is an opportunity for me now to shine and try and see my own professional growth and development. And it took a while because, sometimes you get stuck in that role of, it's comfortable. You don't really want to take on new change or maybe take on new challenges. But I said, you know what? If she's going to be taking on a new chapter in her life, I will also start as well. That being said, when I met with Simone, she helped me to revamp my resume and highlight my professional experience and educational background. My background is in human resource management, and I've been told by a lot of my colleagues that with my knowledge and expertise relating to the field, I need to pursue that passion. And I'd always say, you know what, when the time is right, when the time is right. But with Simone, she's looked at my resume, she's been able to put it in a direction that I didn't even know was possible. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. I feel now that I have the confidence and the ability now to take on and apply for new roles. And with this resume, it's just going to give me that opportunity to be at the table where I can give my knowledge and my expertise. So I thank you for that. Also, I'm now working in a new unit instead of being working as a caseworker where I've mainly focused on working towards employment. I'm now with Client Special Services Unit. That is a huge learning curve. I've been told by many, and I'm still working towards it. But I told myself, you know what, I've been given this opportunity. I want to propel forward. And I've had the opportunity actually to meet with one of the trainers. And she said, I wanted to get your insight as a new employee over at the unit. What are some of the challenges you find as a new employee, and what are some training opportunities and insight that you can provide. And I've always loved training and development. So now in this new unit, I have the opportunity to provide some suggestions, to work with the trainer to give some insight, and hopefully I can assist with new staff myself as well as others joining the unit to help with the onboarding, sorry, and providing that training opportunity and insight. So Simone, without you, I wouldn't even have the confidence to even start in this direction. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I tell myself it's a personal challenge that I have to myself because my daughter, she's actually away in school. And being an 18-year-old in a country where you don't have your parent and the support or even family, some days she'll call me and she'll struggle and say, Mom, I want to come home. And I said, no, you didn't come this far just to get this far. So with my new unit that I have and my some of the struggles I have, I said, we will work together. I will persevere in my new task and you will persevere. So I just want to thank you. And I feel that with this program and mentorship program, I have the confidence to do so. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Shawnette. And you know what? This event wouldn't be complete without hearing from Simone, who has mentored such two amazing test mentees. So Simone, I'll pass it along to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me okay? Awesome.
Yes, we can.
Wow, this journey has been truly a rewarding experience. And wow, thank you so much to Shawnette and Chantal. Thank you so much for your kind words. My heart is full. To you both, ladies, it's been a privilege to walk alongside you during this chapter of your professional journeys. You're both intelligent, kind, driven, and I'm so proud of the progress you've made and the courage you've shown to take steps towards your goals. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, but as this program concludes, I want to remind you that it's not the end, it's just the beginning. And I encourage you both to keep pressing forward, to stay bold, and continue to reach for the stars. You have so much potential within you, and I have no doubt that you will achieve amazing things. So please know that I'm here for you. We will definitely stay in touch as you navigate through this next phase in your careers. And you're not just my mentees, you're not just a part of this program, you are now a part of my extended family. And I pray that God continues to bless you both abundantly, granting you everything that your heart desires and more. And may your paths be filled with growth, elevation, and of course, endless opportunities to shine. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journeys. You have both inspired me more than you know, and I cannot wait to see what you both accomplish in the future. So congratulations to you both, and keep soaring. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simone. That was so nice. And thank you so much for being such an amazing mentor to two amazing mentees. And I'm also looking forward to seeing their journey. In terms of time, we do have two more mentees that will be speaking along with their mentors. I'll pass it along to Uzo, whose mentor is Shari James Olmsted. Uzo?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Uzo. I'm a caseworker from the Atwell office. First, I would like to thank again the organizers of this program for such a great opportunity given to us to connect with experts in this organization. It's indeed a rare privilege, and we appreciate that. And looking back to how I got to be part of this program, I recall attending the TES Black Staff Network Career Evolution Roadshow with topic crafting your professional journey. It is hosted by one of our test directors, Jennifer Pitt. I think she had just stepped out. And after listening to the amazing and encouraging speeches from the discussion panelists on their career progression, I realized that as a person with multiple lived experience from abroad and within Canada, who has also not been long with the city, I needed a mentor to help me successfully navigate my career path. So I will actually say thank you so much to Gloria Ann and Makeda Mitchell, who encouraged me to sign up for this mentorship program. I remember I signed up on the last day, and thankfully I got in. And while completing my profile, I got to the point of choosing a mentor. I recall feeling a bit disappointed not seeing the familiar Black management staff names. The reason was because I had thought that since it was a Black staff program that the mentors we are all going to be Black staff, right? But then I quickly remember Jennifer Pitt during her speech at one of our career evolution shows, stating that a mentor does not necessarily have to be, a person of the same color. And she did share her experience, during her career journey, how a non-Black senior colleague, helped her to progress in her career journey. And at that point, my perception changed, and I went through the list, and I gladly chose Sherry Jane Obstead. And I think that was the best choice I made. I'm really happy to share that my mentorship session with Sherry was very successful. From the moment I sent her a request to connect, she reached out quickly to schedule our first meeting, and she made every effort to see that it was an in-person meeting, and she actually came to my office. I mean, I was like, wow. So, and despite being a very busy period for her, because I know she was transitioning to her new role as the manager at the Brotherhood ESS, she still made time. She was welcoming, she was open, she was flexible, and always available to meet with me, even at very short notice, and would occasionally do some check-ins. This made me feel very comfortable relating with her. We had great sections, on how to navigate my career path, not only within TES, but also around other divisions and within the city as well. From my interactions, Sherry was able to point me towards possible areas I could fit in within the city based on my experiences, right? And for me, that is a hallmark of a leader and a mentor. Someone who is able to look at what you have, what you are, and be able to identify the potentials, in a mentee, and not just identifying that, she went the extra mile supporting me to achieve my set goals. Sherry also shared very helpful tools and resources that helped me to understand the competencies required to grow into leadership roles, and also how to set goals to achieve my desired outcome. She also guided me on how to understand the city's job posting and how to tailor my resume, bringing out my lived experiences to reflect the required job descriptions. For me, this is a great tool that will support any job position I intend to apply for in the future. So finally, the interesting thing in my mentorship journey is the cordial relationship I've built with Sherry. She made herself and continues to make herself available, despite her busy schedule. So for me, knowing that even though the time felt so short, when I saw the email that we are closing ceremony, I was like, oh, it's already 6 months. She has assured me that, it's not November 27 is not the end of our relationship. So she's open, she's willing to continue to support me, and I'm very happy for that. Knowing that I can always email her, jabber her, call her at any time, it's really one of the big gains I would say I've taken from this mentorship journey. So once again, I would like to say, Sherry, indeed, you're a great ally. You've worked so much to contribute to the success of this program. I want to say thank you very much for your support and the relationship you've opened up to me. And thank you again to everyone in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzo. Sherry, could we hear from you maybe? Those were beautiful words from Uzo.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so touched, Uzo. Honestly, it's been my pleasure to have met you. I've always found throughout my own career, I've been fortunate to have really great mentors who are in my corner and saw something in me and um, really kind of encouraged me and wanted me to move forward and trusted me and um, really, I've always aspired to be that for others as well. And I find when we open ourselves up to experiences like this, the universe puts people in our path that we're meant to connect with. And you are were definitely someone that I was meant to connect with. I've learned so much from you. For those of you who don't know Uzo or haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, she is a force and she is one to watch. Uzo has decades of experience in law, in policy, in management, multinational. She's been all over the world. She has really just honestly so much to contribute and she will do great things. And it's funny because we connected on so many different levels. Even just our children are the same, like similar ages, and just even connecting about navigating motherhood and career journeys at this stage of our lives. So honestly, I've been so lucky, Uzo, and I don't consider you just my mentee. I consider you my friend, and I do mean it. I do think we need to definitely stay in touch because you have great things ahead of you. So thank you. And I also just want to take a moment to thank the organizers of this program as well. I know that this is a lot of work, um, and it's, it's, I think, a labor of love for you, for those of you who are putting so much love and effort into this program. It's not an easy thing to do, but I find that the structure of this program has really lent itself to success and keeping us on track. And the resources that you've got made available to all of us as mentors and mentees have been spot on. So just want to say thanks again for all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Shari. We appreciate the shout out, and it's so nice to see so many success stories and also friendships that have been developed. It's beautiful. I want to end. Unfortunately, Sarad is our last mentee from TESS, but she had to step away because we had gone over. So she has left her testimonial with me that I would like to read to everyone. She says, "A big thank you to everyone from the mentorship team who put together the professional webinars, networking sessions, and took the time to make this program a reality. I'm appreciative of being given the opportunity to participate in this year's mentorship cohort for Black staff as a mentee. I was very fortunate and to find and partner with the wonderful and kind Jessica Burchell in this mentorship journey. It is quite easy to be insulated in a little bubble when working in one place for one time. So having the opportunity to connect with someone outside of that bubble is always an insightful treat. The city is such a large and diverse place, and it really helps to have that reminder that there are many others on their own never-ending professional journeys who are willing to lend an ear and take the time to support those around them. A famous quote that describes my mentorship relationship is that a good mentor offers directions and driving tips from the back seat, but you are still having to drive the car. Being mentored has allowed me to learn how to set attainable professional goals for myself and create a preliminary roadmap to where I want to see myself, not just as someone new to the workforce, but as someone who wants to continue to do excellent work aligned with what they are passionate about. Overall, I am very glad I've developed a wonderful connection with my mentor based on mutual trust and respect, and I hope that we can keep in touch long after this program has concluded. Sarad. This is so beautiful. I think her mentor is still online. Jessica, can we hear from you, please?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I will say I feel like so fortunate that Sarad picked me to be her mentor. Because while there are so many people in the city who are they're clear about what it is they're trying to achieve, what their next professional step is, what Sarad identified in as a commonality between the two of us is an openness to opportunities and personal exploration as people who are not certain about what our career path is. And sort of taking a more like dynamic and evolving approach to how we approach our professional journeys. And so her being able to identify that commonality really uh, gave us an excellent foundation for building our relationship and having open dialogue about, how do you navigate when there are so many options that look interesting, and like how do you think about professional versus educational opportunities, and thinking about that dynamic pathway. Sarad brought so much energy and enthusiasm and curiosity and so many great ideas to all of our meetings. And I really just hope I kept up and that I was able to provide her with, a supportive space to talk things through and to explore opportunities and share knowledge, to help her as she continues to explore on her journey.
Thank you, Jessica. That was beautiful. I know Sarad will appreciate that for sure. Thank you, everyone who stayed on. I will pass it back to Karima and appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us today. Karima?
Thank you. And yes, we are a bit over, but I thank you all for being here with us. And can we see all of the emojis of appreciation for the mentees and mentors? Honestly, your words are a testament to the importance of this program. Thank you all for sharing. And just a reminder that this event was recorded and we'll share it on our spot page, and it will be made available to you and to our colleagues who are not able to attend. As we come to the end of today's ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to extend my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who made this year's mentorship program for Black staff a success. First, a special thank you to Darren and Jennifer for your invaluable support as program sponsors this year. Your guidance, leadership, and unwavering commitment to this initiative have been instrumental to the success of this year's program. And as a token of our gratitude, we'll be presenting each of you with a certificate of appreciation, which you will receive in the mail in the next few days. And to all our participants, thank you for your active involvement and contributions to this program. To recognize your dedication, we are pleased to share that all mentees and mentors will receive digital certificates acknowledging your participation. And finally, as we look ahead, we want to ensure that this program continues to grow and evolve. So in the next few weeks, you'll receive a link to a Medallia survey, and this will be an opportunity for you to share your feedback on your experience and provide insights on how we can make this program even more impactful in the future. Again, we encourage participants to remain connected and remain a part of each other's network. Thank you again for being part of this incredible journey. Your engagement, collaboration, and commitment have truly made this program special. I wish you a wonderful afternoon. Thank you. Bye-bye now.